In 2008, Jehan Gordon Booth made history by becoming the first African American from Central Illinois to be elected to the state legislature. In 2019, she made history again when she was named the Deputy Majority Leader in the House of Representatives. During her time in office, she has led the fight on economic issues and injustices throughout the state. In 2018, she fought for the historic Neighborhood Safety Act that helped to reduce mandatory minimums, created sentencing credits, and created trauma recovery centers in communities throughout Illinois. In 2019, she was part of the Marijuana Moms that helped decriminalize cannabis in Illinois. Throughout her time in office, she has worked closely with the Peoria County Democratic Party. Please welcome to the stage 2019 ID CCA Party Builder Award honoree, Deputy House Majority Leader Jehan Gordon Booth.
I'm just a little black girl from Peoria. This is not a typical Wednesday morning. I'm also Gianna's mom. Gianna's first day of kindergarten was this morning. I wish I could have been with so many of you last night, but I couldn't miss the first day of kindergarten. Thank you. Thank you so much for this honor. I am here today not because of me, but I am here this morning with you at the behest of my colleagues in my community who allow me to serve them. If you hear your name, please stand up. The Illinois Legislative Black Caucus, the Downstate Caucus, the Women's Caucus, the Green Caucus, the Hispanic Caucus, the work that we do, none of us do this work alone. You may have heard some of the historic things, and I won't repeat them, that we have been able to do this year, and I've been honored and privileged to be able to be a part and be in the room and be at the table to ensure that equity is at the very center of those conversations. And it really has been the honor of my life to be able to work with so many of our colleagues and our governor to be able to push forward a reparations cannabis bill that will become the model for the country for people who want to do this and do this right. The work that our caucuses have done to reduce the incarceration population of the Department of Corrections by more than 20% would not have happened without the leadership of Speaker Madigan and President Cullerton. Thank you so much for understanding the vision of our caucuses and working in this way. I am humbled to serve as the Deputy Majority Leader in the House, the youngest woman, first African-American woman, and the only woman in downstate who's ever served in that capacity. And that's not lost on me, because I stood on the shoulders of giants. And I continue to stand on those shoulders, and so I will continue to work on behalf of the communities that send us here. And I would be remiss if I did not talk about this era of triumph that we're in right now and why this is even possible. This era is possible because of the visionary leadership of Governor Pritzker and Lieutenant Governor Stratton. Thank you so very much. The team that you have assembled with Christian Mitchell and Capera, who worked so hard and so diligently to work on the issues of the people of the state of Illinois, is second to none. I thank you all so very much, and I would also want to say to you, Madam Speaker, thank you for standing in the gap. Thank you for being a beacon for so many people, because we know what's at stake. What's at stake right now is we are seeing racial animus in a way that I've never seen in my lifetime. We are seeing, from the highest office of the land, people being driven to abject violence all across this country. And it is because of you and your leadership that we are not only going to have the House, but we will also have the Senate. So many of our communities are being devastated by gun violence, as my family has been. You are seeing families that are being torn apart because of the things that we're seeing at the border and inside of many of our communities, and it is unacceptable. But because of Democratic leadership, this will all be changed by 2020. One of the things that we do, and I'll leave on this note, one of the things that I always put in our group text, and I have about 80 group texts with many of the people in this room, elected and non-elected. When we are talking about what we're gonna do and how we're gonna get there, I always say #WeAllWeGot. And as it relates to protecting our communities, Democrats, we are all we got. Do you hear me? Democrats, we are all we got. So 1, 3, I want you to say we all we got. 1, 2, 3.